All right, hey you guys, I'm getting ready to do another podcast later today with Marcus Luttrell, the lone survivor, former Navy SEAL, and now he's got a great podcast and does a lot of international speaking. And I know a lot of you guys have been asking about the equipment I use, and so I'm going to show you guys really quick. It's a cheap little setup. I think I'm into this thing about 400 bucks minus the computer, right? So you can use any computer. I have a Surface Pro. So I'll go through each of these little pieces and show you what I have, show you the setup. It's great for travel. And so the first thing I'm going to show you is this little clip. It's like 15 bucks on Amazon. It just clips onto anything that I need. And so this is what my camera sits on. So when I'm filming, it's this coupled with this little piece. It expands. Oh, all right. It expands and then grips onto your phone. And so that's what the phone sits on. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up, and then I'll show you guys the rest of my setup. All right, you guys, so I have it set up. I can clip that onto things, or it's got a nice stable platform. So if I have a flat surface, I can just set it on a desk, which is what I have it set on right now, or I can clip it if I want a different angle. So it works really, really good for the clip. And so I'll start with the lights. I use these Ulanes lights right there. You can see these. I want to say I got a set of 2 of these for about $30. They're great. They're rechargeable. So you just have your little charging port right there. It's just your standard jack for like your phone. And what's really cool about these is you can change the color and the intensity of the light. So we'll turn this on and you can see right now it's kind of a brown light, so it gives you kind of a tan look. You can see how that just changed the way that the camera is looking that compared to that. It's really dark, especially with this beard, sucks up a whole lot of light. So these things work really great to give a nice warm feel. If I want, it shows you I'm running 250K at 75%. And so that's what I run on one light, and the other light is a little bit softer of a light, a wider light. And I usually have this as like a backlight. You can see right there, we're running 250K at 30%. So the same light spectrum, just different intensity. And so this is the one I typically have kind of that I'm facing, so it's not super bright in my eyes. And this one is usually lower, at a lower angle and a little bit farther away, so I'm not looking directly at it, but it's giving me good light kind of from underneath, so it illuminates my beard. Otherwise, it just blends into the shirt that I'm wearing, and there's no definition there. So this one works really well, lower at higher intensity and a little bit farther away to give a wider spectrum. The lower intensity light at 30%, I have a little bit closer, and I'm usually looking directly, so that way it can illuminate, like if I'm wearing a branded hat or, you know, my eyes, things like that. Because if it's light that's coming above, like overhead lighting, it darkens the eyes because of the baseball cap. So those are the 2 lights that I use. They're really great. You can get about 30 bucks. They have standard mounts, right? Like that. So I have these things are about $10 or $15. Just these really super cheap tripods. You just screw these on right here, just like that. And then you can put these anywhere you want. So it doesn't matter where you're working. I work on my van a lot, or like today I'm working in the hotel, so I can adjust this wherever I want. I can move it. I can adjust it, you know, left and right, up and down. And if I want a little bit more height, these things will telescope out. So lots of different varieties you can use for that. So those are my lights. And then we will get into the computer. Okay, so for my computer, I run a Surface Pro. It's super thin. You can see this. The newer models are actually a lot thinner than this, which is great. Super easy to travel. Not a ton of battery life, so you got to make sure that you're fully charged, or you know you've got your charging cables nearby. Because if you're working on it all day, you're going to lose some of that power. So that's something that you need to think about when you're talking about your power management. The Surface Pro does not have the same battery life as some of these other computers out there, but because it's lightweight and thin, it's super easy to travel with. That's why I use it. The camera on it is not bad, but I upgraded to this Logi camera right here, which is really cool. It's great. It has its own lighting system on it actually, but it's not bright enough for me, so that's why I have the other 2 lightings that you guys can see right now. But this is great, this little Logi camera. You can get these, I think I got this at Best Buy, and what's really neat about it, it has this adjustable clamp, so it sits on the computer, and I'll show you guys, because you usually see it, you don't see the camera, right? You just see me. And so this will set just like that, and I can adjust it up and down. I can adjust the mount if I want it higher or lower. You guys can see that. It adjusts the way the camera looks, just like that. And so I get all this stuff set up and I do a sound check before I do any of my podcasts. But it's great. It has speakers as well. So it's speakers and microphone. So you can just use this camera. It's fantastic. Where I work, I'm not working in a studio. I'm not typically working in my office. I'm on the road. So it doesn't work really well because it does pick up a lot of background noise. So I have upgraded to a Bose headphone system. And so the camera system is great. The one problem that we have with this computer, it only has one port for you to be able to plug something in. So I went and bought this multi-port. These are kind of expensive. They can run up to $80. So really pay attention to which one you're buying. There's ones that have like 2 ports, 4 ports, 6 ports, but you want to have this multi-port system if you're going to be running this computer, or really any computer, because they don't have a whole lot of extra jacks on them. This one has one. And so with this, I can plug in multiple things, which is good because I have to plug in the camera and the headphones. And so having this multiple port is really important because I can't run both at the same time. All right, so that's the camera system, and I'll put links in the description for all of these things that I bought, and so that way you guys can find them and purchase them if you like them. All right, guys, so this is the next piece that I have. These are kind of expensive. They're about $300. They're a Bose headphone system, and so normally I wouldn't spend this kind of money, but my wife really pressed me to get a good set of headphones. She's like, this is what you do as part of your job now, so you've got to have good equipment. And she's right. So it's great because these also work with my phone. They are Bluetooth, so when I travel on the airplane, I can also use them, you know, to be able to watch the movies and do things like that. So they're great noise canceling headphones. They're fantastic. But what I really like about them is they have a microphone piece that attaches to it separate. So you can take the microphone off or put it on, depending on what you're utilizing it for. So if I'm just using these Bose headphones, I can just use them as standard headphones for listening to music or watching, you know, movie on the airline. But the really cool part is it has this microphone jack right here. And so how this works, it just attaches right here, just like that. Put these on. Now I have noise canceling headphones and I have a microphone which will just give much clearer audio to the audience and to whoever's podcast I'm on. They really appreciate having good audio. So this will do it because this cancels out the other background noise. It's just hearing my voice. And I'm just a couple inches from it, so I don't have to speak really loud like I would have to maybe be a little bit louder if I'm using the microphone that's built into the camera. So I will have to do that. So I could plug this into the regular headphone jack, but it's better. They have this piece right here, which is really awesome. So I will plug this in, my headphone jacks, into this little docking station. And then this is where the multi-port comes in because I have to plug this in here along with the camera plugs in. And this is how I can control my volume, is with this right here. So I can just move this left and right, and it controls the volume in my headset, which is really nice. I don't have to go in the computer, select the volume control, go up and down. I can just in an instant reach over and volume up or volume down. It's actually really convenient. I didn't think I was going to like that piece. I didn't think I would use it. It's a little bit bulky to hold around, and I like to be a minimalist when it comes to this stuff. That's why all my equipment is really small. But I really suggest you guys travel with this if you buy this headset. It's fantastic. I didn't realize how useful this would be, but it's amazing, this little piece right here. So you can do that. You can also Bluetooth these to your computer if you want to do that for voice. But I always try to hardline things in. I'm just kind of old school. I'm an old school communicator, so I'm used to hardlining things in. And I think you get more clarity with that. I think you get a better sound with that. So that's what I like to do. Let's see. So that's the headset. That's the camera. Those are the lights. I've talked to you guys already about the computer. And so that's really my whole setup right there, you guys. Very simple. A couple lights, a couple tripods, a little camera, Bose headset. So I'm into this thing probably two for under $500. I think I'm into this whole thing. Minus the computer, because I'm not really counting that because I had that already, and you guys can use whatever computer you like. So that's what I've got, guys. That's my setup. I hope you enjoy it, and if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, and I'd love to share some more tips with you. Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, thanks for having me, you guys. How's my audio coming in? Is it okay? Nice. Excellent. Yep, I got you guys. Right now I'm in Lithuania. Ah, yeah, no, yeah, I'm from Washington, but I was working in Ukraine, in Kiev, last week and finished a project there. And so I came over to Lithuania. I've been a senior advisor for a group of college students over here who are working on a suicide prevention program. And so since I was so close, I came over and did 2 days worth of training with them. I did a 2-day course with those guys, teaching them the curriculum from my book, Healing Through Service. And so they're going to start teaching that there on their campus and utilizing it in their own city.
War on war, dust and dust, flesh and blood on me. All your tears now are almost dry, and no white birds for you. Easy your tension and your hurt forth. Let me take the burden when you will be ready to let me go, to let me do my job, and I will get wonders on wonders. The higher your aims will be, the better